Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Potting Soul. We are dead in the middle of the kitchen, believe it or not. Here we are doing all kinds of things. Got all kinds of things on the cabinets and whatnot. Getting ready for these pink oyster mushrooms that we've got coming up. And I'm going to turn it over to Tank and Derek, and they're going to let you know what we've got going on. Hi everybody.
How's it going? So right now I'm doing brown rice flour jars for inoculation. I just got done doing rye grain over here, and all we did was let this sit overnight in some water, some distilled water, and then brought it up to a boil for about 5 minutes, and then let it drain very well. And I put it on in the jars with a little hole in this polyfill fiber in the holes to create a filter for it. We're going to put aluminum foil on that and load it up into the pressure cooker. And we're going to pressure cook it for about 90 minutes, an hour and a half. And then let that cool down overnight, and we should have a whole bunch of grains falling. So we're actually experimenting with something new I haven't worked with, is sorghum. And here we have sorghum that I've already boiled off, and you can see it's a little hot still, it's a little steamy. But I'm hoping that this is going to make a real good grain spawn, because it's smaller than the rye. So this is going to create a lot more inoculation points within the substrate when it comes time to do that. And I also have millet that we're going to try too, and millet is even smaller than sorghum, but I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, in the meantime, we got our brown rice flour jars already done. We're about to can the sorghum, and then we're about to boil the millet, and then we should be going to the canner. Oh yeah, check this out. Totally made a self-healing injection port with RTV gasket maker. At a high temp gasket maker, this can withstand temperatures up to 650 degrees, which means it's autoclavable and it won't melt. And it's totally sanitary. It's awesome. So that way I got a little spot so I can inject the syringe with the culture in there, and it will seal right back up and stay sanitary.
That's awesome.
You like that?
Very. What's up, Derek? What's up, man? So we got the pressure cooker. Been having fun with the pressure cooker. I don't know if y'all have ever messed with a pressure cooker before, but they're lots of fun. And we got our scales over here to measure our mushrooms and our weights for everything that we're using. Keeping all the notes for everything that we're doing. Here's some more inoculated rye grain jars. So as you can see, we have a kitchen full of lots of fun stuff. Lots of arts and crafts. Nature and crafts, I guess, going on. And yeah, we're making all the things, doing all the things, and bringing mushrooms to you as soon as we can. And yeah, we'll have more on that as the situation develops. Or fruits. Anyway, yeah, cool. So thanks for joining us. That's what we got going on kind of this week. That's what we've been doing. We've got a bunch of pink mushrooms that are in the mushroom room, I guess you want to call it. Mushrooming. You guys want to see them? I mean, I took pictures and put a little bit on the internet early, but we could definitely show you guys. You want to go for a little field trip? Let's go for a field trip. Turn around. Okay. Here we go, guys. We're going for a field trip. Ooh, it's bright in here. Oh my goodness.
Look at that. See that now? I don't know if they can see that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Don't look right there.
Yeah, you guys can see that.
Nice little pins.
Those little mushroom pins, you guys. Pink oyster pins. How many bags of those do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6. Yep.
For our first time.
Yep.
Look at
pink
those.
Oysters. Aren't they so cute? Oh my god. This is our first substrate.
There's some more.
With our first
Liquid culture.
mushrooms, with our first liquid culture.
It's first time. First
time.
harvest.
This is our first harvest on
That
our
we
first batch that we did. Not like anybody else.
This
Like
won't no
these
kit.
guys. This is not a kit. It's
Yeah,
not
that's a
one of
kit.
these.
This is not
That's
what
a
this
kit.
is.
That's not what we're doing.
No, this is legit.
Yeah, this is that kit. That kit's what got us cracked out on some mushrooms.
Yeah, it got it started.
You know,
Definitely
got us
is good for your first time mushroom.
Dude, that's what got us started. They
Yeah,
were so much
look at
fun. We
that.
got started on those oyster mushrooms, and that was it. It was
Oh,
we had to do it
gosh.
for ourselves.
Look at that one.
So that's how we got into mushrooms.
That's
So,
awesome. That's
yeah.
one on every single hole.
Thank you guys. So what
Look
does it
at
take
that.
to grow a good mushroom? It takes good light.
Good
It
light.
takes good
Indirect
air
light.
circulation.
Indirect light, not direct sunlight.
Right, fresh air exchange.
Yes.
So that's the FAE, fresh air exchange.
Okay.
The lighting and humidity,
Yeah.
and the quality of your substrate and of your spore.
And still debate about sterilization or not, because we're doing both. We're doing some that are completely sterile, like right now you see I got gloves on, and then some I got like little projects on the side, so to speak. I'll show you this one. This is something that I did that I didn't sterilize at all. This is cocoa coir. So what happens is I went and soaked a substrate block that was already inoculated with oyster mushrooms, and the water that was left behind looked like it had mycelium growing in it. It could have been bacteria, but I thought it might have been mycelium. So I just threw some dried cocoa coir in there and let it soak up all that juice. And I just put it right back in this bag, and hopefully within 2 weeks I might have oyster mushrooms, white oyster mushrooms growing out of this cocoa coir. So yeah, I got projects like that to see about the differences between sterile and unsterile.
Right.
And, you know,
Just experiment with what we like.
exactly. Just trying to find out what that creative itch is. And this one right here is also unique. I did a hardwood substrate on this one, and that was one of those kits that I broke up and tried to stretch out, and now we have little inoculation points right here. That's happening. And it's totally happening too. So anything that you see as white is definitely mycelium.
Yep, it's a little.
Look on top.
Yep.
Yep,
Right there.
there's some white.
Look at that.
So this is actually working, and that wasn't in a sterile environment at all. So I just gotta keep an eye on it. If anything starts to turn blue or like fuzzy, like black or any kind of mold-looking type substance that is not white, you have to get it out of your system real quick. You gotta remove it from the house. Don't even open it until you get it outside in the woods somewhere, and then discard it out there. Don't let that contaminate the rest of the mushrooms.
Okay, so what I want to explain though is the difference when he's talking about a sterile environment. That doesn't mean that we're being nasty and stuff with everything. It just means that that we are doing it at a natural method. We're not using a flow hood. We're not using any kind of fancy equipment. We're not doing anything. We're just growing them literally in the house, and we keep everything clean. We use the gloves as you see. We do alcohol on everything. Keep everything as clean as we can, and we're just kind of growing some mushrooms, man. We're not trying to make it too hard. We're just trying to take natural elements, stuff that already naturally happens in nature, do our best to recreate what's already there. It's. I think it's it kind of speaks for itself. It should just already be there. I don't know that we need to get any kind of fancy this and that and other things. I just don't. So that's what we're trying. Honestly, that's what we're trying, and we want to pass those savings on and the beauty and the natural part of the mushroom, on to other people. So that's exactly what we're trying to do, man. So we hope you enjoy everything. We hope you like it, and yeah, we can look forward to soon maybe getting some mushrooms in your hands too. So thanks for joining us again on this edition of Potting Soul.